friends, this is Cherie, and we are all here to help you with the virtual auction secrets of 2020. We are from the Maple Valley Rotary Club, and my name is Cherie, and we have Rock and Gary and Val and Sean. Today we want to go over the lessons learned. And to start that off, the top three that we had are: number one, recruitment and organization of dedicated team players ready for anything, start to finish, including Rotarians, friends, family, and definitely professionals who cater to virtual auctions. Number two was theme and presence, that is energetic, flexible, interactive, enough to create a strong identity that inspires all groups of individuals to join in for the total experience. Number three was communication above all, to encapsulate the connection and engagement of anyone and everyone who is interested in being part of the opportunities to support the community and those who need it the most. Now we'll go on to Gary.
A couple of marketing things, or two or three marketing things to consider. Just do a cool brand, something that's memorable. You're competing against a bunch of people online when you're trying to promote your event, so you've got to stick out, and that's always a good thing. It needs to be versatile because it needs to look good on the website, in print materials, also on promotional items, and Val will probably talk about that more and how she used that for the micro galas. Facebook is your best friend for this because you can literally target people right in your area or the cities that you serve. So some tips on that would be, you don't need a large budget. I think we spent around $300. And then lastly, make sure you set aside a budget to promote your sponsors. It's hard enough to get sponsors. You got to put some money into Kitty to give back to them so that next year it's much easier to get them on board. We used email marketing too. We put together a series of emails that Rock wrote, which were great, along with some videos Sean put together. It was just a great little symphony of tools, but I would say don't discount email marketing. Be sure you're using that to reach out to your past auction participants and your own Rotary club.
How about Rock?
We wrote and put together kind of holistically, looking at developing content that was based on our theme and connected to our theme, not only for the advertisements, but for the program itself. I think from a scripting standpoint and a content standpoint, it was very easy to put together short pieces of video. And so don't be afraid to break up and actually pre-record a lot of your content. It makes it a lot easier than to try to do things live or to do longer pieces. We were able to do that with the help of Sean and his editing abilities. And we tried to make it as fun as possible and humorous. And even though we had some mistakes in it and things like that, it was very lighthearted, and I think had some energy related to it as well. Last thing I'll talk about is the testimonials that we used from folks that we were raising money for. And we tried to be very clear in our requests of them, what we were looking for, what kind of messaging, and gave them specific questions to answer for their testimonials in support of Rotary and for us supporting their causes.
Okay, Sean?
Okay, well, I was working closely with Rock and some others on the videos, and we made a decision early on to do our pre-recorded videos ourselves. We used a Canon Rebel digital camera to record most of those, but you could very easily just record with a decent smartphone. And then to do the editing, we used a program called Corel Video Studio. It's a decent program. It's under $100, so it's super easy to pick up. And one thing we did in many of those videos was we used a common piece of music to tie them together. And of course, a common look and feel too, but the music, I think, was key. And we got that music at a site called envato.com. You can get it really cheaply. You can get a great song for between $10 and $30 for one use. So I'd highly encourage you to consider that you probably have the tools and even the skill set to do this yourself if you need to. And all the tools that you need are out there, and you can make it happen.
Round to Val.
So we came up with the term micro gala, which meant we called on our Rotary members to host a small, preferably non-Rotary guest list in their home or at a preferred venue. We had one that was held at a golf country club, and that we created as much as we could a shared experience, even though we weren't together. We created kits for all those people who hosted a micro gala. Those kits included some Rotary embossed wine glasses, some confetti that went with the party, buttons and centerpieces and all kinds of things that would make it a shared environment. We also stayed true to our history in auction through procurement and through our sponsorships. And so huge kudos to the group that continued to procure items for us at this time in a virtual setting. And we had things going up for sale and being sold at full price before the live auction even hit. Through that live auction, all the movies and videos and hashtag Maple Valley Rotary auction, if you want to see some of the celebrations, everybody created a different experience for their guests, as well as we had small venues of, onesie twosie, as we said, bid from your bed kind of situations. And so we really tried to think of ways to make it easy for people to want to participate and, to give them things that they could hang on their front doors and be wearing around town that just told our story and got people excited.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I can't tell you how grateful I am that we were successful in our auction and the first virtual auction for Maple Valley Rotary. And we hope everyone else has the best experience that we did too.